Welcome all. Our subject is analog and digital electronics, in shortcut AD, analog and digital electronics, presented by Dr. K. Srinivasulu. Today, I'll start the unit number 1. Unit number 1 is diodes and applications. In previous class, already I am explaining regarding the course objectives and course outcomes. I hope all of you understanding of the subject course objectives and course outcomes. Okay, today class is unit number 1 according to JNTU syllabus. So our subject consisting of 5 units. Out of 5 units, first unit number 1 is diodes and applications. Diodes and applications. That is our first unit name. Okay. So under that one, first topic is junction diode characteristics. Junction diode characteristics. Before I am explaining the subject, in general, junction, what is the junction? In general, this is the junction is a word, general word. So whenever two or more points join at a point, that point is called junction. For example, Kompally junction. So that means, so more number of roads are joined at a one place. That place is called junction. That name of the junction name is Kompally junction. So that means, so more number of roads are joined at a one place. That place is called junction. So here, junction diode characteristics. Okay. So next. So here, what is PN junction? I hope all of you understanding junction concept. So here, the junction name is PN junction. Why it is called the PN junction? P-type semiconductor and the N-type semiconductor are joined at one place, are joined at one point. So that point is called the PN junction. P and the N-type materials are joined at one place or at one point is called the PN junction. My dear students, please remember what is the PN junction. Wherever you go, this is the basic fundamental of definition of the PN junction. Okay, so in definition level, I will explaining now. So when P-type semiconductor is suitable joined to N-type semiconductor, the contact surface is called the PN junction. The contact surface is called PN junction. So this is the diagram of the PN junction diode. P-type and N-type. P-type is always consisting of the majority holes. N-type is always consisting of the majority carriers or electrons. Okay, please remember, P-type semiconductor is always consisting of majority charge carriers of holes. Please to remembering, P-type is always consisting of holes. N-type semiconductor is always consisting of electrons. Okay. So the two P-type and N-type are connected with the battery. Okay. So next, what is the N-type semiconductor and what is the P-type semiconductor? What is the P-type semiconductor? What is the N-type semiconductor? Let us see. So here, N-type semiconductor, when a small amount of pentavalent impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, it's known as N-type semiconductor. Please to remember, once again I am repeated, when a small amount of pentavalent impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, it's known as N-type semiconductor. So here pentavalent impurities means, so phosphorus or arsenic. So these are the elements. Penta means 5. Pentavalent 5 electronics. Okay. Example, phosphor and arsenic. This element consisting of 5 elements. Phosphor is consisting of 5. Arsenic is also consisting of 5. So for your understanding purpose, I drawn one diagram, I mean atomic structure. Okay. So here what I am saying here, what is the N-type semiconductor? For that question, that is the question. My answer is, when a small amount of pentavalent impurity, I mean small amount of pentavalent impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, it's known as N-type semiconductor. That's all. Please remember. Pentavalent impurities when pentavalent impurities are added to pure semiconductor, it becomes N-type semiconductor. What about P-type semiconductor? Let us see next. So here, what is the P-type semiconductor? When a small amount of trivalent impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, it's called a P-type semiconductor. So trivalent means 3. So for the example, trivalent impurity example, boron, gallium and aluminum. So these are all the examples of the trivalent impurities. That impurities are added to a pure semiconductor, it becomes a P-type semiconductor. My dear students, please remembering. So when trivalent impurities, when boron, when gallium, when aluminum, boron or gallium or aluminum. So these are all the trivalent elements, trivalent impurities. So these impurities are added to a pure semiconductor, it becomes a P-type semiconductor. Okay. So when pentavalent impurities are added to this pure semiconductor, it becomes a N-type. When trivalent impurities are added to the pure semiconductor, it becomes a P-type semiconductor. That's all. N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. When these two are combined, it becomes a PN junction diode. That's all. PN junction diode. Very simple PN junction diode. What is the P-type and N-type? N-type plus P-type, it becomes a PN junction. N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor combine at a one point. That point is called PN junction diode. What is the N-type semiconductor? What is the P-type semiconductor? When pentavalent impurities are added to a pure semiconductor, it becomes a n-type semiconductor. When trivalent impurities are added to pure semiconductor, it becomes a p-type semiconductor. That's all. Wherever you go, the definition not change at all. Wherever you go, even you go London or America, Australia, wherever you go, the definition not change at all. What is n-type semiconductor? The same definition also there in America and London. There is no, don't worry. So the basic fundamental is very, very important. So not only in second, even third year and fourth year and final year where MTech or PhD, the definition not change. What is the p-type semiconductor? Means trivalent impurities are added to pure semiconductor, it becomes a p-type semiconductor. That's all. What is n-type semiconductor? Pentavalent impurities are added to a pure semiconductor, it becomes a n-type semiconductor. Please remembering the definitions. Pentavalent impurities, trivalent impurities. Once you are understanding p-type semiconductor, n-type semiconductor, the coming sub topics also having the p-type, n-type, p-type, n-type, p-type, n-type. These words are coming entirely subject. So don't confuse what is the n-type semiconductor, what is the p-type semiconductor. Don't confusing. Please remembering, my dear students. Okay. Next. So depletion region. This is also very, very important, depletion region. Please try to understanding what is the depletion region. When it is formed, depletion region. Where it is formed. Okay. So the depletion region also called depletion layer. Region or layer. These two are words are different. Meaning is same. Somebody it is called the depletion region. Somebody are called the depletion layer. Okay, no, don't confuse depletion region or depletion layer. Words are different, but meaning is same. Or depletion zone. So here zone means area. Region also area. Layer is also layer under area. Okay. What is the depletion? The combining of electrons and holes depletes the holes in p region and the electrons in the n region near the junction. Please, all of you see the diagram. So n-type consisting of majority electrons, p-type is consisting of majority holes. So the majority electrons from the n-type coming to the p-type. So the majority charge carriers of holes comes into the n-type, n side. So these two are, so the majority electron come this side, automatically become minority. So p-type means holes, majority holes comes this side, automatically will become a minority. So these two are holes and electrons are formed near to the junction. So whenever applying the voltage, automatically these electrons come this side, these holes are come this side, automatically some layer is formed. So that layer is called the depletion layer. That area is called the depletion region. So that area is called the depletion zone. In a depletion, there is no charge. In a depletion region, there is no charge. Because of all are a minority. Please, my dear student, what is the depletion region? When it is formed, that is very, very important. Okay, so depletion region, depletion layer, depletion zone, but words are different, but meaning is same. Meaning is same. So in a depletion region, in a depletion layer, in a depletion zone, there is no charge. So that is called the depletion region. So depletion region increase, when depletion region decrease, that is very, very important. Let us see now. Okay, so here biasing PN junction. So in relation to a PN junction, there are two bias conditions. Biasing a PN junction, forward biasing and reverse biasing. For anybody to ask, can you explaining the diode? So that means the diode is working on forward biasing and reverse biasing. Okay. What is the forward biasing? What is the reverse biasing? Now I'll explain. So here, battery connections. Forward bias mode, when it is forward bias, positive terminal of the battery. So every battery consisting of positive and negative. Every battery, every supply consisting of positive terminal and negative terminal. Okay, the positive terminal of the battery is connected to P region. That is the first step. Second step, the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the N region. N-type semiconductor is called the forward biasing. Biasing means power supply. If you are applying the power supply, if you are applying the power connection, that is called the biasing. If you are not connected the power supply, that is called the unbiased. Okay, so this is the biasing. That means power supply should be there. Power supply is compulsory. That only it is called bias. Without power supply, that is not called bias. If power supply is there, that is called bias. Either forward bias or reverse bias, whatever it may be. But whenever power supply is there, that is called the biasing. So when it is forward biasing, when it is reverse biasing, that is next point. What is the biasing? Biasing nothing but power supply. Without power supply, that is called unbiasing. Okay. So here, when it is called the forward bias, means positive terminal of the battery is connected to P region. Negative terminal of the battery is connected to the N region, is called the forward biasing mode. Next, what is the reverse bias mode? So negative terminal of the battery is connected to P region and positive terminal of the battery is connected to N region, is called the reverse bias mode. Okay. So every battery consisting of two terminals, positive terminal and negative terminal. So these two terminals are connected different places, P-type and N-type. So according to the connection, it is becoming forward bias or reverse bias. Okay. So now I will explaining what is the forward biasing. So this is the diagram of the PN junction diode. So forward biasing means, so here battery is there, V0. So plus that power supply, plus and minus terminals are there. The positive of the battery is connected to the P side and negative of the battery is connected to the N side. Okay, so one resistor is also there. So when voltage is applied across a diode in such a way that the diode allows current and the potential barrier is reduced, the diode is said to be forward bias. So when power supply, when voltage applied to the PN junction diode, automatically it allows the current. So when current is passing through the diode, automatically potential barrier is reduced. That means depletion layer width is reduced. When gate is reduced, so then only automatically the electrons and volts come this side or that side easily to move. That means current is passing. So when it is current is passing, that is called forward bias. So in a forward bias, only current is passing. Okay. Next, what is the reverse biasing? This is the reverse biasing diagram. So our circuit diagram consisting of P type and N type. The battery terminal is connected according to polarities. Negative is connected to the P side. Positive of the battery is connected to the N side. After that, you are applying the voltage to the PN junction diode. So when voltage is applied to the across the diode in a such a way that the diode probe is, that means there is no current passing and the potential barrier is increases. So the diode is said to be reverse biased. So when potential barrier, so potential barrier is a one gate between the P and the N. When gate is height is reduced, automatically current is passing. That will happen. That happen in forward biasing. But in case of reverse biasing, the potential barrier, the gate is increased. The gate height is increased. That means the current is not passing. That is called the reverse bias. Okay, so that means in a reverse bias direction, there is no current passing. Okay, so next. So this is the VA characteristics of the PN junction diode. So the curve drawn between voltage across the junction along the x-axis and current to the y-axis. So here on x-axis we are always take the voltage. On y-axis is always take current. So these are the VA character, voltage, V for voltage, I for current. So here voltage current characteristics of PN junction diode. So here 0. On x-axis 0.1 volt, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. VF means forward voltage. IF means forward current in milliamps. Here higher means reverse current in microamperes. So VR means reverse voltage. So here in a 0.1, so here 0.1 also there is no current. 0.1, 0 point between some current will passing, that is forward biasing. So in a this side breakdown voltage, that is belongs to reverse bias. So in a reverse bias up to 10 volts or 5 volts there is no current. So whenever 15 volts applied to the PN junction diode, automatically the diode is broken. Suddenly the current will be high increasing. Okay. So that is the VA characteristics of PN junction diode. In a forward bias, so no current flows until the barrier voltage 0.3 for germanium and 0.7 silicon. So here, according to the our VA characteristics, up to 0.3 there is no current. But in case of silicon diode, up to 0.6 or 0. After up to 0.6, there is no current passing. Then the curve has linear rise and the current increase with increasing forward bias. So when after 0.3 volts, so up to 0.3 volts, there is no current, zero. So whenever the voltage reaches to the 0.3 volts, the current will be increased. So that means you are increasing the voltage, automatic current will be also increased. Next, above the 3 volt, the majority carrier passing the junction gain sufficient energy to knock out the electrons. So therefore, the forward current increases sharply. So that is regarding the forward bias information. Next, reverse bias. What happened in reverse bias? So junction resistance, potential barrier increases. So that means gate width increasing. When reverse voltage increase, behind value called a breakdown voltage. So in a forward bias, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, like that you will apply the voltage in a forward biasing. But in case of reverse bias, so you are applying the voltage, but the current is not passing. So 1 volt, 0 current. 2 volts, 0 current. 3 volts, 0 current. So about 10 volts or 15 volts, automatically the current will pass. That is called the breakdown voltage. Breakdown voltage means so high voltage. So when a 10 volt, 1 volt, no current, 2 volts, no current, 3 volts, 4 volts, 5 volts, 10 volts, no current. After 10 volts, that means 12 volts or 13 or 14. So certain voltage, current will be increased suddenly. So that voltage is called the breakdown voltage. So after that, the reverse current is sharply increases. So above the 25 volts reverse voltage destroys the junction permanently. In practical level, so some students without knowing how much voltage apply, so simply increasing the voltage 15 volts, 20 volts, 25 volts, maximum is 30 volts, not bothering. Some students they don't know, but 20 volts, 25. So at a time, they automatically the diode is broke down, destroyed. Okay. So that means in reverse bias, the current is not passing. But high voltage, when you apply the high voltage, automatically the current will pass. So that high voltage, certain point, the current will be passing. So that point is called the breakdown voltage. Okay. Advantages. No filament is necessary, occupies lesser space, long life. So these are the advantages of the PN junction diode. Thank you, everybody.